Welcome to the Mandcave, the only podcast hosted by two best friends with nothing in common except their first names. I'm Mandy Kaplan.
I'm Mandy Fabian, and every week, you guys, we put it to the test. Our friendship is on the rocks as we argue over movies, television, podcasts, horrible jokes that we've made, all of it. Come on into the cave, grab a couch, let's get to it.
Wait a minute, cut this shit.
First of all, when you say, come on into the cave, it sounds so dirty, and I like that.
Good. Yeah, I imagine us getting our series on Netflix, and they would do one of those pop-up things where they'd have an actual cave.
Oh, nice.
Shaped like a vagina.
Yep.
It'd be great.
Well, I don't
With
think...
a popcorn ceiling.
Jared and I watched a whole series since we last checked in, and I need to talk about it. We haven't talked about jury duty, have we?
What the hell? Is this makeup like you actually had jury duty, or this is an actual series? Somebody made Amazon a television series. Oh my God. Wait, is it fiction?
It is a reality show where everybody's an actor except this one guy. They found this absolute priceless guy. He's a mensch. He's sweet. He's naive. And they put him on an LA jury with all actors around him. The whole court is actors. The judge is an actor. It's all fake, and he doesn't know it. And he gets really invested in the case and the people. And it all sounds awful and like Mean Girl stuff. And I'm like, how could they do that to someone? I highly recommend the series to everyone. They somehow make it so that he feels revered at the end. He doesn't feel like he's been lied to. He's like, I can't believe you all did this for me and gave me this experience. It's heartwarming. It's hilarious.
That's a very sweet response. Okay.
And
great.
James Marsden, one of my major crushes.
So hot. If I could shove a stick up his ass and make him a lollipop, yeah. He's so good. Yeah. A Marsden bar. Yeah. Oh my God.
Is that an expression I don't know about?
Nope. It just was birthed from James Marsden. He's the only one.
Well, you will love this show. He's himself. So he's James Marsden on jury duty, and he plays a very over-the-top version of himself where he's demanding special treatment, and he's a douchey actor. He's so funny, and he's so in it, and the improv is so sharp. A lot of the writers play the characters they've developed. It's just really well done. Jury duty, Amazon Prime. You're welcome. Everybody.
I love that. And I loved The Rehearsal, and I loved Paul T. Goldman. I think it's weird and meta, but I really like these shows where there's real people sort of coming into this Hollywood show setup. I enjoy it. And
And as I expressed, you loved The Rehearsal. I hated it. And I felt it was mean-spirited towards its lead to the real person. Yeah. This is not mean-spirited somehow. Because you hear the setup, you're like, oh, that's shitty. They're going to trick this guy. But it's all just heartwarming and funny. So I highly recommend it.
That's exciting. A hybrid show that you like. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, this is going to be late, when the podcast comes out, but it was the final. It's the episode finale, the finale of Succession. It's over.
You okay?
There's a lot of loss.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, what's so funny? I'm not going to give actually anyone who watches it would have known by now. But what I'll say is that it was so stressful. It was so stressful and tense that Patrick and I were laying in bed afterwards and talking about it. And then I realized I couldn't go to sleep and I was tossing and turning and my stomach hurt. And I was like, oh my God, it's as if these are real people.
Right.
I was so upset about what happened to these characters. It was really fun. But Like, I think that's phenomenal when you get so invested in a show that you forget. You're like, this is just somebody's dumb, like, I don't know, what if this happened? And like, but we all get so like, how that reflects on women in society or what, and they should have done this and they could. And she never would have done or said that, or whatever.
Right.
And then you just keep unpacking it for days. It was great. It was very satisfying. Not in the moment. The moment I was like, ugh. But then,
so what was the final episode? He wakes up and it's all a dream? But I'm saying.
Yeah, it's actually, wait, what? Is that Dallas? Is that when that happened? I can't remember the brother's name. There was
Dallas and then Newhart. They've used it a couple times.
Yeah.
Patrick Ewing, right?
Yeah, they were at breakfast and then all of a sudden the screen just goes black.
Yes.
And you don't know why.
I've never seen it, but I know that's
famous
The Sopranos.
finales.
Yeah.
Oh, you never saw The Sopranos?
No, too violent.
I was a late bloomer for The Sopranos.
Too
Isn't that funny? It wasn't too violent for me, and I don't watch anything violent. But at the time, I don't know. At the time, maybe I was into violent stuff.
You were working stuff out.
A lot.
So
I probably was.
I want to say the way you felt about Succession, you're like, so much drama. She would never say that. That leads us perfectly into the Scandoval.
Pump Rules. The Scandoval. Yes.
So
you said, I'm going to punish you and I'm going to make you watch this. And I was fully prepared to end our friendship.
Yeah. So, but I have to, behind the scenes stuff, got one of those weird disappearing voicemails from you. I don't know how you're doing that, but you leave me these messages. And then when I go back to listen to it again, it's gone. And you got your ways. You'd be a very good spy.
I'm an enigma. I like to be mysterious. Yeah.
Yes. So I told Mandy to watch the first reunion episode, reunion part 1. That was her assignment. Mandy made a mistake.
And I did.
A happy mistake. And went back and watched the episode titled The Scandoval. So she has watched 2 episodes of Vanderpump Rules. My work here is done.
That's right.
Thank you. Good night.
That's right. And here's what I'll say. You're glad that I did.
Of course I am.
Because that reunion, the episode that you assigned me, that reunion was just pure garbage. And I don't mean that in the delightful, oh my God, let's watch some trash TV garbage kind of way.
No, I know.
I mean, as television or entertainment, it actually is garbage.
Yes.
It's nonsense. They're horrible people screaming horrible things. They're cursing in a way that I can't even imagine that you can sit through it. I'm so shocked. It's so for no purpose. And it's so, it's awful. It's like watching a bunch of uninteresting cats fight each other. Yeah. Yeah. So
terrible. First of all, no such thing as an uninteresting cat. Let's get that out of the way.
All right. But what I think is interesting is, so I definitely would have been like, ugh, and hate watching and fast forwarding and being like, why are you wasting my life? Because you're a good friend. But watching the other one first made me realize, the reunions are garbage. They're just bad TV to me. But that Scandoval episode, I couldn't believe how delightfully giddy and excited I was to watch it. I have never seen a reality show. I'm not going to watch more, but I've never seen a reality show that made me so excited to watch it. And you know why?
Why?
Truthfully, you cannot write this shit.
No.
Like, it felt like the best comedy writers took a stab at what they think these people are and wrote it. And maybe I know they have writers on the show and they set things up, but I don't even care
episode.
Because it was so.
But their interview bites are probably written for them. But
maybe, yeah.
The things we witnessed behind these closed doors are.
His little pencil mustache and the way he talks. Yes. I love him. I love him. He's my favorite character on the show. I want to watch an entire series of him. I don't care if it's scripted or reality. I think he is hilarious and amazing. And I just want to hear everything he has to say. And thank God he's on a reality show because he'll say anything.
Yes. Okay. So for anyone who is thinking, what the hell are they talking about? Vanderpump Rules is a show on Bravo. This is the 10th season of it. It started off as a bunch of hot young Hollywood waiters and waitresses at Lisa Vanderpump's Beverly Hills restaurant. That was it. Let's follow them. Let's watch them get drunk and hook up. That was the whole thing. But over the years, now some of the couples are married, have kids, that, we've seen these people live their lives. Tom and Ariana, Tom Sandoval. There are two Toms, and they go by their last names, Sandoval and Schwartz.
Schwartz and Sandoval. Mm-hmm. Yep.
So Tom and Ariana started the series by getting together, basically, in season 2 or something. And they have been the bedrock couple, the couple that watches all the other drama, and you think, oh, thank God Tom and Ariana are immune to the drama. They are solid.
Well, that's funny because they show a lot of flashbacks of like, oh, there was the Miami girl, and then, there was the other girl. Have you ever cheated on her before? Yeah, one other time.
But
they never showed that on the show?
No, they did. But through it all, it felt like, but they're working through it. They would say, we're having problems. We're working through our problems. They felt like a solid, loving couple. And she can be a bit much, but she is one of the more grounded reality stars. Like just one of the people that...
Whoa.
Oh, disagree?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting looks.
Oh, no, she does not seem grounded to me at all. But here's what I'll give you. And thank God I watched the reunion to know this. She was grounded enough to know that when her husband or partner, not husband, when her partner cheated on her, that she should get busy and start selling the merch to her future restaurant.
Yes.
So that she could make about $250,000 just to, help with
capitalize
the funding.
off her pain. Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to set that up just in case Patrick ever cheats on me. I want to be able to monetize that shit.
Well, thank God we have merch, mancave.com/merch. So we could just...
That's true, yeah. Mm-hmm.
This could become we could try to, I don't know, somehow profit from your pain.
Yes, that's
Patrick,
a great idea.
if you're listening, could you dump Mandy?
When the next time we go to a beach
to shake things up for season 5 of the Man Cave.
Next time we go on a beach vacation, I'll be like, what about her, honey? She looks nice.
Yeah.
The too obvious.
We'll call this the Scanned Cave.
Oh, good night, folks. Mic dropped.
You're welcome. So here's how this all went down. They finished their season, and once they finished filming a season, then they schedule a reunion. In the interim, this scandal came to light.
Yeah.
So they had finished filming their whole season, and no one knew that Tom was sleeping with Raquel, who is a human speed bump, and I hate her. So
I love her. Okay. I love Raquel.
Oh my God, that just gave me rage. Flames on the sides of my face. Mandy.
Look, I only saw that one episode, and let me tell you, Ariana is horrible.
No.
She's horrible.
You're
horrible.
You're horrible.
To him. No, I mean, no, she's like, so fuck my best friend. So fuck my best friend. Look, if they're not having sex, you got to have sex and figure it out. You can't just not have sex.
Mandy, her point is, we go to therapy or you break up with me and go have sex.
Yeah.
You don't.
Okay, I'll give her.
Fuck my friend for 7 months behind my back.
I will. You're right. You're absolutely right. No, he should not have done that. But you also, you verbally abuse somebody and call them a piece of shit and interrupt them and just call them a piece of shit. And look, I get it. She's not supposed to be nice or anything. She has grief to go through, but I just didn't buy it because she was so awful to him, but I never saw her be nice to him. You know what I mean? I didn't see any of the right relationship. Right. I just saw her talk to him so horribly when he was trying to say I made a mistake. And here's the other thing. Here's what I want to say. Yeah. You are an exception to every rule in this department. Most people, I'm going to say 9 out of 10 people have affairs to get out of the relationship that they're in or not. That happens to most people, and most people don't cop to it until it's too late.
Right.
I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just saying it's exceedingly
7
common.
months with her friend?
Well, who knows if this was something for the show? I don't know. I mean, I don't know how long it takes, but people have affairs that go on for 7 months. Yeah. And a lot of times it is a best friend. It doesn't make it great behavior, right? But it's you can say, oh, it's unforgivable and you're a piece of shit. Or you can go, yeah, and kind of a lot of people do it and it sucks. And so where are we now, right? And he had cheated on her twice before. So it's not like this is totally news, right?
No, I mean, I think he's a piece of shit. So I'm not.
Well, I don't think that.
That is so strange to me that you love him. He's always been, what's strange is, as a longtime watcher of this show, which I don't always admit, but now it's out there, everyone knows, he has been the moral compass.
Wait, long time? You've been watching this show for 10 years?
No, I've been visiting it at the reunions, popping in to see the
you're
latest
a reunion
stuff.
gal.
I love, yeah,
Okay.
that's been made very clear.
Wait, but do you like the reunion part where they're just screaming at each other? You like that part?
I don't like all the swearing. I don't like that. But the reunions are a way to get all the drama without having to sit through a season of garbage, right? They're the greatest hits. If you watch a reunion, you don't need to watch the rest.
But I think it's the flip. Like, it's meaningless if they're just screaming about something that happened in the past. I'd rather watch it unfold because at least you can pretend it's a scripted series then. You know what I mean?
I just like the bites. I just like the cliff notes of it. I don't want to watch episode after episode after episode. I want to watch the final 2 hours where they're like, this happened, flashback. This is why they hate each other, flashback. I love the reunions. I don't love all the yelling.
That's why I'm a good friend for you, because I disappear for 3 weeks and then I come back and give you sound bites. Like, I think that's actually good, right?
Thank you.
You're like, I don't want to hear the day-to-day.
No. But the interesting thing is Scandoval has always been the moral compass of the show. Even though he cheated, he got away with those things. And it was always like, but did he really? And probably not, because he's Scandoval. He always cries. He's always there for his friends. Yeah. He's very sensitive. He's a very metro, open guy. So this was shocking for me to have him betray her like this. And there is something so ugly about it being her friend. I just can't get past that. A good friend. Now, granted, these friends are show friends. I don't know how close they really are. She might be claiming it was my best friend, blah, 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 but
right.
I did find it shocking that he did this. I really did.
No, look, maybe that's why I like him though, because he didn't seem to me like a big douchey. Like what I saw him doing was owning it. I saw him owning it. And that's really hard to do. Like, and him even showing up for that reunion and everybody was just shitting all over him. Like, look, and he did a horrible thing. And I understand people have to have their reactions, but I'm a little bit like, oh, and he even says it on the reunion. None of you are angels here. You have all cheated. You have all lied. So I'm a little bit like, let's not. They're doing it for the cameras, obviously, but like, he's a human being and he made a terrible mistake, but he was owning it.
I don't think he's owning it. I disagree.
I think he is.
He said, I never meant for this to happen. I never meant to hurt you. He doesn't say, I really messed up. Like, I was doing terrible things behind your back. He just kept saying, I didn't mean for it to happen. And then in this tense scene, which is the most unproduced thing I've ever seen on a reality show between Tom and Ariana in the beginning, they're still living together. And she hates him so deeply and she's so hurt. And he's like, you want anything to eat for breakfast? And they're like still living together. It's awful. But he's like, it wasn't just sex. I'm deeply connected to Raquel. We have such a deep connection. And I'm like, stop saying that. That's worse, right? If you're going to cheat on me, Jer, heads up, hot tips for Jer. If you're going to cheat on me and you go boff somebody, that's fine. Well, it's not fine. I would be mad.
I think it's Biff, isn't it? Biff? Oh no, we established it as Boff, right? Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're going to go have an affair and you say to me, I've been sleeping with somebody and I don't care about her, but I've had sex with this person, we can work through it. He knows this. If you say to me, I have a deep connection to this person, get out of my life forever. Like that's so much more hurtful. He could just say, you and I weren't having sex. I started having sex with this person. He keeps drilling into her. It's not just sex. I really have a deep connection. Ugh.
Well, here's the thing, though. He's not trying to fix the relationship. I'm not getting the sense that he's like, let's stay together.
No. But he could spare her
he's
feelings.
Not like, he could. He could not. But I get why he's like, I'm sorry, that I didn't just do this. I'm not just a dick who like has to, get. I almost said something so gross, like, time out. No, there's a very funny quote from this episode. He says, they were like, somebody says, I can't remember who it was, but somebody says like, why didn't you tell her? And he says, I got this vibe that she didn't want to know. And I was like, you can't write this shit.
No.
That is the funniest. Like, and he's so cute though. Like the way that he's like saying all of the typical things that a cheater says, right? Where you're like, well, you're trying to fight for your own integrity, but you also know that you're a horrible rat. But you're also being like, well, I didn't think she'd want to know. Like, you're right. She did not want to know that you were cheating on her. That is correct.
Right. And she's like, God. You haven't even apologized. Why can't you just say you're sorry? And then at one point he just goes, I'm sorry. And that's the only time he says it. He just spits it at her, like, because she demanded it. Yeah.
Well, it's interesting too. She mentioned one time him yelling at her when there were no cameras going. And I thought, well, there you go. Like, you are seeing just part of the story here. But that's, you know, look, you sign up for a reality show. That's what you get. Right. I can guarantee you Patrick is very different in front of the cameras.
We know this.
Yeah. We've been trying to get that reality show. There's another part that I want to talk about when all... I love this so much. It's like she's sitting in her house like a queen and all her friends come over to comfort her. And it's so... Now, when we watched The Bachelor and they were like, I guess the family will go into the kitchen. Now the parents will take the girl in and we will discuss your future being married to our son or whatever. I hated it. It was like, ugh, this is so boring. And this was equally staged where people were like, okay, now, Barbara, you come in. You know, it's obvious.
Yeah.
It's obvious that it's all staged. But she's sitting there kind of like getting drunk and crying. And her friend comes in. I don't remember who it was because at this point, I don't know these people that well. She's comforting Ariana.
Sheena or Katie?
I think it was definitely Sheena. Yeah. And she's like, this was not like, oops, I did acid at Coachella. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
She was like, this is like a serious relationship. This isn't like, oops, I was doing acid at Coachella and then I made out with someone in a hot tub. And I was like, that sentence would never leave my mouth. That's never a sentence that's ever happened in my life, nor would anybody I know ever say that sentence. But I love it so much. Do you see their nails? Yes. Like, that's what I mean. Like, they're so characters.
I physically couldn't punch somebody. It's scientifically impossible, Sheena Shea says, as she's like doing open, shut them with her long little claws. Because there's a restraining order against her because she allegedly punched Raquel. Good for her, by the way.
I disagree. I think Raquel, we'll see. But here's the thing about Raquel. Okay. Here's the funny thing. There's a point later where they're having this conversation and like, he is not super, they have this meeting where they don't kiss. Mostly they say, because there's cameras, right?
Right.
They don't kiss, but they do have this sort of like, oh shit, what did we do? This is terrible. And then Raquel disappears because she's getting badgered, like, look,
I've been driving by her place. Screaming insults at her. She should disappear.
It happens. I mean, like, I'm not saying, I'm not saying that, like, it's an okay thing. I'm just saying, like, let's all be real. Like, it happens. This happens, especially if you're,
You didn't get the sense from Raquel because longtime viewer, first time caller. You didn't get the sense that she is vapid and just thirsty for fame. That's who she is. She was dating the most despicable guy on the thing, James with the British accent. And he started dating her and he would abuse her and cheat on her and mistreat her. And she was like, I mean, he just doesn't mean it. He loves me. And she couldn't put a sentence together. And now she's a little older and wiser from being on the show, but she wanted on this show so badly that she was just in that relationship for as long as it took to get her famous. And now she's famous on the show, and now she's sleeping with another person on the show. It's so gross.
Well, I can't judge anyone who would sleep with a garbage can just for whatever reason, because I've certainly stayed in relationships that I shouldn't, where you know what I mean? Like, I can't judge her. By the way, they're all doing that. That's what I'm saying. Like, oh, so she's the problem one because you think Ariana's not in it to get famous? Like, this is a little... They're
Yes.
all in it to get famous. That's not
Ariana's very savvy, and I
slight-
think she gives off the impression that she is resistant to the fame and only did this because her boyfriend wanted. She gives the impression that, like, I don't care about the fame. I don't even want to be here. She's good at that, at making us think she's above this.
Her boobs are telling me otherwise.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Revenge
Just because,
dress,
I don't care about how I look, but check this out.
Right.
I'm going to put Scotch tape here and call it an outfit. I don't...
You're on to the reunion now, right? You're talking about that revenge dress?
No, I have more to say.
Oh my. I thought this could be a 1 minute episode where you're like, I hate it. I hate you. I'm done.
No, I love the penis flute moment. I couldn't believe there were like not one, but two penis flute type options in Ariana's living room. I don't know how they got there. I don't know if they've been featured on the show before, but
they showed it in a flashback. So yeah.
I'm telling you, a writer's room would take 6 months to come up with this shit.
Yeah.
It was amazing. No, the one last thing I'm going to say that was kind of funny was where Raquel, we finally hear from Raquel. She says something like, am I putting my life on the line for this guy? And he's like, listen, I would not do this unless this was meaningful in some way. Like, I would not do this unless this was real. And then they smash cut to him going, is it going to work out with Raquel? Well, I can't predict the future. I don't know. And it's the way he's kind of makes him look like a dick. But he's right. You can't predict the future. He's not wrong about that. But it was a very funny bit. Made me laugh.
Well, these editors know what they're doing. They on a different reality show, not in an interview where they can write and produce those interviews. But this woman was throwing a party and she was like, none of these housewives have been to my house before. If they call my house cute, so help me, I'll kill them. And then every woman arrives and they're like, it's so cute. And it's such a demeaning thing to say about someone's house. And it was so funny that the editors knew how to, just cut that little montage in and make it sing. So,
yeah.
Editors.
Do you think there's any world where they go, what would you do if they call your house cute? You know what I mean? Like, don't they set that up?
Oh, they might have. They might have, but it just seemed genuine. It seemed like she was getting her party ready and saying, if any of them say this is cute, I'll be so angry. And then every one of them did.
Next time I come to your house, I'm going to say it's cute. But to be honest, it's full of kittens. You know what I mean?
Yes.
What am I supposed to say about your house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yours is you have a different standard.
Different situation.
Look, we can stop talking about the Scandoval, but I was totally Team Tom. You're Team Ariana. This is no surprise to anyone. And it's hilarious. I don't think any of us can really point a finger at the dirty cheaters, really, is all I'm going to say. They're human beings, and we've all done it. You haven't done it, but most of us have done it.
So,
all right, well, good for you.
I want to talk about Schwartz, Sandoval's best friend, Schwartz, who has no spine and no sense of character. He's just
You mean
lying
he's a guy?
every time he opens his mouth. He just lies. He just lies. He's like, I didn't know about it. I never knew about it. Well, I did know about it. Well, I knew about it at first and then it stopped and I didn't know about it. And then when I knew about it, I told you. Well, I didn't tell you. It's just, everything he's saying is a lie.
Okay, hold on. Is he lying or is he a bad listener? Because as a bad listener myself, I think maybe, well, how do you know what the truth is when you're like, oh, I wasn't really clocking that?
Wait, what?
Maybe he's like, nicely done.
Thank you. Dad
I mean, maybe he's self-involved. And by maybe, I mean absolutely.
Well, they all are. Yes.
Yeah.
So now
when
we're
did he get caught in a lie? I don't remember that.
Just
when did he get
every
caught in a lie?
time anyone said, when did you know? You were you're his best friend. And apparently Sandoval was at your house cheating. When did you know? And he just keeps lying. He can't get his story straight. It's obnoxious. I
will say this. Every time they flash to, remember this time? It is. I don't know if you felt this because you actually watched the show, right? I mean, or you dip in.
I've seen a lot of it. Yeah, not like every episode, but yeah.
But they're flashing back to all these things. And it's like, oh, we're boozy on a yacht. Oh, we're boozy in a hot tub. Oh, we're dancing seductively on the floor and there's booze. And they're all like, I'm like, how do you not know that that this is a recipe for disaster? Like, how can anybody be shocked? It's not like they're like serving, they're not in a soup kitchen, fucking behind the dumpster.
No, there's an episode where they're boozy at a soup kitchen.
I'd love to see that.
And certainly not a morning soup kitchen. Call back to Delilah and her morning soup.
Nice.
But, when we get to the reunion, they did this super tease that's too long to play. But man, did those editors do a good job getting us so... I was on the edge of my seat, couldn't wait to see them all come out. But then they switched to, Andy's just going to interview some people one-on-one. And it was a strange, that usually does not happen. So, but he got as much as he could get from Scandoval and Ariana. And I love how direct he is. Sandoval's like, well, there was this night that Raquel and he's like, did you have sex that night? Right?
Yeah.
And Andy just goes for it, Andy Cohen.
But they reveal that in the Scandoval. They said that in the Scandoval. That was that information. Yeah.
And then he says to him, when you saw your girlfriend and your mistress right next to each other that night, did it get you off? I'm like, go, Andy. Right? Andy Cohen, I think, is such he asks what we want to ask.
No, he asks the worst questions. He is such a bullshitter. I love you, Andy Cohen. If you ever want to give me a job writing anything on Bravo, I will take it. But those are they remind me of those leading questions of like, there's a sobbing couple outside the fire and outside and their home is on fire. And a reporter goes, do you think you'll miss your stuff? Like, it's the worst. It's the dumbest, most obvious question. Like, and he's like, no, I wasn't getting off on my wife and my mistress. Like, that's a dumb question.
I thought it was an accusatory, trying to make a point.
Well,
what you've done is disgusting. And did it get you off? I liked it.
Okay, I hear you. But you know what else I do love? He is the one who called them all out on not being angels.
Andy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
He basically, when it gets really heated and they're all like, kill the Scandoval, he's a little bit like, hold on, everybody. Reality
You're all
check.
hypocrites.
None of
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Right.
Which I thought was great.
Well, so they all come out and they're glammed to the nines. And Ariana was wearing the ultimate revenge dress. She was so scantily clad. Just to prove a point. Like, look how fantastic I look and you don't get this anymore or whatever. But
they call it a revenge dress and she looked great.
Yeah, she did. But as I was watching, I was thinking, oh, Mandy doesn't know the history. So here I go. Sheena Shea is the reason this all started. Sheena was sleeping with Leanne Rimes' husband, Eddie Cibrian, years and years and years ago. And that's what Lisa Vanderpump was like, well, she works at one of my restaurants and she's so pretty and I can't believe this is happening. And that started the whole, maybe I should make a series about all these trashy people.
Okay, so let's just be clear. We all got famous because one person was sleeping with some famous person's husband.
Yes.
This is the whole impetus.
I got that wrong. He wasn't married to Leanne Rimes at the time. He was married to his old wife, Brandy. But now he's married to Leanne Rimes. And as far as I know, they're lovely and happy.
Home wrecking gets you reward and fame.
Yes.
Go. Yes. Okay. Mm-hmm.
So then we meet the others. Tom, Schwartz, and Katie were already a couple when we met them. They are the most annoying, obviously unhappy couple on the planet. And every scene they're in, they're like, Bubba, did you make breakfast, Bubba? Of course, Bubs. Of course I made breakfast, Bubba. What do you want, Bubs? Do you want toast, Bubba? Bubba, don't ask me if I want toast. You know I'm not eating toast, Bubba.
Well,
like, that was their
whole... Don't use a nickname with caps. Everybody knows that. Yeah.
That was their whole relationship. They got married on the show. It was very clear they were very unhappy and just trying to perform a happy relationship. Now they are divorced. So that's Schwartz and Katie.
Okay.
Then Lala came onto the scene halfway through the season. She's a lot. But she is a wildly intelligent person who wormed her way into the group to get on TV. She did this all. She owns that. She's like, I wanted to be famous. I got famous. But she was dating this guy named Randall Emmett. he is a producer, a Hollywood sleazy producer, and he started. It came out that he had been sleeping with everybody and casting couching and abusing all his assistants, and she kicked him out and kept their kid. And so she's now she's like the voice of reason for the show, which is so strange because she was so gross and
Is she
trashy.
married to James now?
No.
Are she and James in a
are
relationship?
friends.
Oh, okay.
No. James is another thirsty girl who's like, I know I saw him abuse Raquel on TV, but he's so great. And I'm going to be James's girlfriend. And she's on the show now. Lala really stands up for owning your life. I'm impressed that she kicked him out. She takes care of her daughter. She's doing her own thing. Her dad died while she was on the show. She got sober. She has straightened her life out, and she's still on the show. She still wears too much makeup, and she still yells and does a lot of ghetto speak, but that's her story. So she's peripheral now, where for a while she was all enmeshed in all the drama. James grew up with Lisa Vanderpump in his life as a maternal figure. So she hired him at her club. He's a raging problematic alcoholic who is abusive. He likes to body shame everybody. He likes to pick fights. He's disgusting, despicable, awful, awful, awful. Every time he's on, I fast forward. I can't handle his voice. I can't handle his face. I hate him.
He is a person that I was like if he cheated, I'd be like, ugh, what a gross, awful
he's
person.
Cheated.
Like he seems just terrible to me. Like I can't see any redeeming qualities. And I believe everybody has something that's redeeming. Like good for him for being a human, but like I don't like him. I don't. Right. Ugh. Yeah. Right. He doesn't. He's the one person that I'd be like, no, thank you. You can just take him right off the show. I know
he's awful,
but I do think he has a crush on Andy Cohen. I don't know what's going on between the two of them, but it was almost flirty. It was.
Oh.
Yeah, well, I caught tension.
He makes my skin crawl. And again, he's on the periphery now, and he doesn't like it, so he keeps inserting himself.
Yeah, and I thought
I'm hurt too. I'm like, why are you hurt? Shut up.
I was watching him go, yeah, exactly, right? He's trying to be like, you betrayed me, man. This is my friendship. I'm like, oh, God. I thought, what if you're his mother watching him say like, pussy bitch, you're a pussy bitch. Like, sorry for everybody's, sorry for all the preteens who listen to our show. Like, I was like, that's so gross. Like, what is this mother thinking watching him? It's not even fun to watch. It's just like, ugh. It's like, go storm the Capitol. You're gross.
Yeah, there are villains on these shows that are fun, right? And they're going to stir up stuff and they're going to pick fights and it's fun. He's not fun. There's nothing about him that is harmless. It's all, he turns my stomach. So that's
agreed.
the background on all the reunion was less interesting than the Scandoval episode, and I'm glad you watched it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I was really intrigued. Although I will say that long tease at the beginning of the reunion it made it look like we were going to see Raquel come out and face the music. And
I think she is at some point.
Yeah, there's a part 2, but I didn't get that from the tease. So the whole time I was like, come on, I want to see Raquel.
Raquel is in her trailer in her puffy sweater watching everything on a screen, just rolling her eyes. And I'm like,
it's very funny because, I haven't watched the whole thing, right? So, but just from a fresh point of view, Raquel is almost like, she looks from a you haven't seen anything before this moment. She comes off as this like kind of innocent girl next door. Like she kind of had a connection with a guy. Now she blew everything. And now everybody's being so mean to her and crapping all over her. And she's like, I don't want any of this drama. I don't want any of it. Like that's how it kind of comes across. Even with her like restraining order and her like, she seems very grounded. She seems very normal. She feels really sorry for what she did.
She's none of those things. She's none of those things. That's what
it looks like.
So she dumped James finally, which was good. And then when she came back for this new season, she's basically been making out with every single guy she can make out with, like drinking herself. Yep. She's just I hate her.
You can't say disgusting. You're describing me in my 30s. You're literally describing me in my 30s. You don't get to say disgusting.
Yeah, but I was there to hold her hair back, so it was fun.
That's true. And I was charming. I was at least a little bit charming.
You were very charming and she is not.
Thank you.
So the idea that you're like, I'm Team Raquel, this could really test the limits of our friendship. I am
This is on brand for our podcast. Well, I'm going to actually say I'm really grateful that I made that mistake because I did thoroughly enjoy it. But what is really funny is I was sad that I had to watch the reunion because then it put a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
But then I will say so I sat down twice and Patrick sat in a little bit to watch a little bit of each thing with me because he's like, what is this? I'm like, I have to watch for the podcast. It's garbage. But of course, he wants to see what the garbage is. But both times we sat down to watch this, the soccer coach, the UK soccer coach that we're hosting happened to come down right in that moment.
I'm so sorry.
He's never seen us watch anything else. So now I'm like, Jesus Christ. Now Andrew thinks that all we do, is sit around during the day and watch like trashy reality television. And I wanted to be like, no, we're waiting for Succession. But it's blown.
Oh, Succession. That's so classy.
So classy. It's
right.
like Greek tragedy.
I'm actually dying to get to the game. Because
let's
it's going to be.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Great.
We can give this man jobs. There's no point. I give it 100 because, but.
Listen, I will give that Scandoval episode 10 out of 10.
Nice.
I was so thrilled imagining it to be like a Napoleon Dynamite weird kind of scripted thing.
Yeah.
That Tom Sandoval is such a weirdo. I want to put him in my pocket. I loved him. I loved his sobbing.
Okay.
I loved his apologies. I loved his weird reversals. He seems like kind of clueless about it. He doesn't seem evil to me. I hope he finds happiness for Cal. It was very funny. Okay. Yeah.
All right. So let's get through our business as fast as we can. Here we go.
Yeah.
The Mandcave is a production of True Story FM, engineering by Pete Wright, who's got his work cut out for him today. Thank you, Pete.
Thank you, Pete.
Music by Ian Post. Thank you, Ian. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, please give us 5 stars and leave us a review. We need your word of mouth to help us grow. Tell your friends. Share the podcast.
We love getting those reviews. We love hearing. What else is there? You can come talk to us on Discord, mancave.com/Discord, and talk to us. And we post pictures and fun stuff there. For $5 a month, you can become a Fandy. That's bonus content. We're going to be taking, our season's going to be ending soon, but there will be some bonus episodes for Fandys. And you get birthday messages and
pre-show
finger bang stuff. Like,
ooh,
it's pretty. Finger bang is actually that we were going to call our band Finger Bang at one point, remember?
I know.
And I think
I remember.
Yeah, and I wish we had. It was more innocent times. So, is that it? I think that's
Get
it.
your merch.
We did it.
Get your merch at mancave.com/merch. Okay. So,
by the way, I just bought a frick ton of Pride t-shirts, and I think we should have a Man Cave Pride t-shirt. I want a Man Cave Pride t-shirt, so I'm making that request now. I just bought like 7 of them, and I'm going to wear them every day for the month of June because I'm so over all of the don't say gay. I'm shouting it to the rooftops.
Fabian, I like that you're pretending that you don't wear the same shirt every day. You're like, I swear I have 7 of them, and I wash them. Yeah, okay.
Oh, what, Guster? I have like 9 Guster t-shirts, and I'm proud of it.
All right. So, obviously, my game has to do entirely with Vanderpump Rules. It's just questions and quizzes for you. It's just
okay.
So, real quick, whose look would you wear to your prom from the reunion?
Okay. Oh, that's really fun. Actually, I really like that. Probably Schwartz.
Oh, okay.
No. Okay. Actually, Lala. I liked her look.
It was metallic, right?
I'm not sure, but I don't know. There's something about her. It fit on her. There was something, I felt like she just came out of the womb with those long, the perfectly chiseled makeup and the long fingernails and
I was digging Katie's Morticia Adams, flowy black collared look. So that would be my choice.
Okay. Well, yeah. What did you wear to your prom, by the way?
Okay. So I was a double D. So I had to have a custom made dress. I had nothing on the racks on the Jessica McClintock rack would fit me.
Yep.
So my mom allowed me to go to a tailor and have it made.
Nice.
And it was beautiful. It was black velvet, sweetheart little cap sleeves, and then it went down like a mermaid cut, and then it had this teal skirt coming out of it. What about you?
Ooh.
And my hair
how
was
nice.
long
Oh.
and red, and I did Nicole Kidman from Dead Calm with the curls.
Oh my God, you had red hair?
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay,
Yeah.
you would never believe. There is a prom picture of me, I think, up on Discord actually. But
Oh, me too.
you would never guess. You would never guess it based on my personality today. But I wore baby soft pink. It was a strapless little number with like a short skirt, but then because Demi Moore wore this to the Oscars that year, it had that little like weird sort of almost like a curtain, like it had a little short curtain in the front, and then it went into a longer train in the back. You know, but I had
mine too. That look, that shorter in the front, longer in the back.
Yeah. And then I had really puffy bangs and puffy hot rolled puffy brown hair.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Was a banana clip involved at all?
No, I didn't clip. My hair was always too thick for the clip.
Okay.
But
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, it's all right. But I did go to the prom with a magician, so who else can say that? You know?
Oh, there's so
and
much
not
to
in
love.
the kind like not in the like, oh, I know how to find her clitoris way. Like the real magician.
Yeah.
The actual magician.
Yes.
Yeah. Like pull a bunny from her
Okay.
dress. Okay. What?
Back to the quiz.
Yep.
Who's the most annoying?
Oh, who's the most annoying? Well, it's James. That's a no-brainer, right?
Right. If you had to be trapped in an elevator with one of them, who would it be?
Oh, Tom. Definitely Tom.
Sandoval.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. I want to spend weeks with him. I want to go camping with him and just let him talk. Tell me about it, Tom.
It's so strange to me. All right. And of course, fuck, marry, kill.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see. I'm going to marry Raquel. I'm going to kill James. I'm going to fuck Ariana because clearly she has not been properly fucked in a while. And I want to give her that gift.
I would marry Ariana.
Okay.
Because we would just never have to have sex or even think about it. And it would be fantastic. I would fuck Lala. I think she's exciting.
Oh, so hot. Yeah. She's very hot.
And I would, but more than anything, I want to kill James and then kill him again and kill him. All right, like if the game were kill, that's
yeah. What would be great is if because you didn't like Schwartz either, you could put James and Schwartz into like a fight to the death scenario, and we could sit in the Coliseum and watch them battle each other to a pulp.
Yeah,
something like that. It's a little gross. I said pulp.
Lastly,
yeah,
I gave you a heads up about this because I didn't want to take you by surprise, but. They don't do it on Vanderpump Rules, but on all the Housewives shows, in the opening credits, they're like, you know, I've got like Melanie Griffith. I've got a brain for business and a bod for sin. Yeah. They all have a little tagline. They say diamonds are a girl's best friend. Well, look out, Beverly Hills, because I've got a lot of them. Or so what would your reality show tagline be?
Feeling all the feels.
Oh, I hate that expression. Oh.
Of course you do.
Over.
Well, okay, to be honest, I kind of forgot. But also, it threw me. I was like, what's my tagline? I don't even know. Like, what? Hating professional football since 1981. Like, I don't know. What would be my tag? I don't even know. I didn't.
It's it's that thing that lets America know what they're in for when they see you come on the screen.
What's yours?
I mean, I'm stumped. I definitely think mine would be something like, and I know I'm better than all of this. Come at me, America.
I think yours would be, you got it, I'll plan it, let's eat.
That's perfect. All right. Speaking of plans, what have you got for me for our next assignment?
I think you're actually really going to enjoy this. And actually, it was suggested by a super Fandy, like the ultimate top tier Fandy of them all.
Okay.
We are going to watch the Smartless docuseries on HBO.
Yes.
And then we're going to enter the podcast Olympics and hopefully we'll place somewhere near them.
Okay. Oh, great.
Yep. Yeah, it'll be fun.
It's called Max now. It's on Max.
Oh my God, I just dated myself. Oh my God, you guys. Oh, I sound 100 with that HBO nonsense. All right, great. Well, yeah, let's get into it.
All right.
I love you.
Love you.